How to find the default sign-in details for your router. Finding the default sign-in details for a router involves checking the router's documentation or using default login credentials that are commonly known. Here are the general steps. 1. Check router documentation *. The default login credentials are often provided in the router's documentation or on a label attached to the router itself. Look for a sticker or a section in the user manual that provides the default username and password. 2. Check the router label *. Look for a label on the router that contains information about the default login credentials. This label is usually on the bottom or back of the router. It may also include the default IP address for accessing the router's web interface. 3. Online default router password lists *. There are online databases that compile default login credentials for various router models. However, be cautious when using these lists, as they may not always be up to date, and using default credentials can pose a security risk. Search for your router model along with default login credentials to find such lists. 4. Manufacturer's website *. Visit the official website of the router's manufacturer. Some manufacturers provide a support section where you can find default login information for their routers. 5. Use common defaults *. If you are unable to find the default login details, you can try common combinations that are often used by manufacturers. For example, username *admin, password *admin or password 6. Reset the router *. As a last resort, if you can't find the default login credentials, you can perform a factory reset on the router. Keep in mind that this will reset all settings on the router, including Wi-Fi name and password. There is usually a small reset button on the router that you can press with a paperclip or a similar tool. Hold it down for about 10 seconds while the router is powered on. Remember that using default login credentials poses a security risk, and it's highly recommended to change them once you log in for the first time. Using strong, unique passwords helps protect your network from unauthorized access. If you are unable to find the default login details or encounter difficulties, consult the router's documentation or contact the router manufacturer's support for assistance.